Okay, people. This has got me going again. The one or two before this one was about the same individual with the satanic activity. I believe 666 is in the title. 666 commune. Davis City, Iowa commune, and 65301 Sedalia, Missouri. 666 satanic activity, or, I'll put it in the deal below. Pardon me. Alright, I've shown this before. But this was my husband's daughter's husband's profile pictures at two different times in 2016. Okay. This November 6th and this November 11th. Whether he was joking around or not, it's not Halloween. I know people that'll do that kind of thing for Halloween. Okay? Just being a part of the activity, the functioning of it. They don't mean to. They're not selling their souls anywhere. Okay? But this is plainly not real. But he used it for a profile picture. 2 different times. 2 different images. Both of them are beast. This one's a beast. And this one's a beast. See the tail? See the horns? Okay, even wings, it looks like, back here. Alright. What about this person was real at all? I know she was a real flesh and blood person. Okay? But the online presence shows unreal. If you go on her Facebook page, she also has some kind of comic manga or one of those Japanese kind of cartoony things for her profile picture. Okay. And this here. I've done the screencast on that as well. That she raped herself via implementation and blamed it on her dad. That's unreal. That unreal and this unreal go hand in hand. Know what I'm getting at? Okay, and I'll give you another instance of that. If I can get it rolling here. Totally unreal is that name her mother gave her. Well, while I'm at this one, I can stop and show you this one. Okay, this was also used as a profile picture. Okay, and for the dignity of my channel, I had clipped out his whole name. Alright, and I've messed up their faces here. But see here, this is money, showing prostitution. Whether it's a photo shoot or not, you can get these at the lake or wherever else. Okay? Unreal. It shows pretend. That shows pretend the same as these show pretend. That Avon poodle bottle that I'm sure she raped herself with, because my dead friend, the ex-cop, psychic quarter Cherokee, drunk all the time, buddy that's now dead, wouldn't have brought it up if it didn't need brought up. Alright? So far, all we've got is their unrealness. See, here's the image I used in another screencast. Why don't they want to be real? See, here it is. The mom either gave this name to my husband's child by herself, or involved it was a commune group naming. And I looked it up one day, and this is what I found. I did not make that, and somewhere on here, I'm sure I posted the link that I found that. Okay? Okay? Unique code of the name shows this 666. But the name change itself, that's another thing to add about how not real her presence is shown to be. Like, I know I use a screen name a lot of the time. Now, my G Plus and my YouTube channel, I decided I'd use my real name because I had people kind of get whiny to me about it. Like, why don't you use your real name? Well, when this all first started for me in '97, when I got online, I was highly advised, same as any other female, especially if you're on your own like I was back then, that big old house downtown, most of the time alone, okay, to not use my real name, you know. If people wanted to find me, they were going to have to go a little bit farther than that. So, to use a screen name, okay, and if I wanted to provide my contact info aside from that, that's up to me, but to be careful, right? You know this, you know the hoops, okay? But these unreal things that make up the person that is her are bothersome. Alright? It wasn't my husband that sought her out to, you know, they've got him painted like, they've got him pictured like he's, or portrayed, like he's some kind of big monster. I always found him to be a cuddly teddy bear kind of guy. You know, he was on the burial crew, after he did his tour in Vietnam with the 11th Armored Cap. He was on the burial crew. Okay? To me, he's this teddy bear kind of squeezy guy. You know? And obviously, adding even to the more unreal of her whole thing, she didn't even report him until magic number of 2,100 times. Why a magic number 2,100? Doesn't that kind of say game to you in a way? 21, the card game, with no DNA, or I'd be screaming for them to get it damn tested. That's what. No nothing except her word against his, okay? I know she's real because he paid for the therapy himself up in Colombia to try to get her back to normal from her 4 years at that commune. I don't know and never heard of any other time where any kind of guy accused of rape has got therapy for his victim. And we all went together. And except for the first time he and I stayed out in that van, he'd get a newspaper, and I'd sit there with my drink and my cigarettes and let her go to, let her go to her therapy session. Like I started to say, her first time, we were invited to go to that time. All right? So we both did. And I've never heard of any other kind of guy accused of this kind of thing, any kind of monster that you want to call it. He's painted like a monster, and he's not. Hear who the monster was down here. Here's what a monster is. That one and that one. Maybe that's their nonverbal way to communicate a confession. Here, we're both monsters. Deal with us. Monsters don't take their people to therapy. Monsters don't go off and leave their victim unattended so she might talk to the neighbors. Don't let them go camping and to the cabin and to church and out to dinner afterwards, so that they might talk there too. They've got him painted like the monster for being a nice guy. You see why this aches me so bad? See, a monster put JonBenet Ramsey in her grave. An actual monster. Alright? That takes us back to this here. An actual monster who could do something like that to such a little cutie. You know? And maybe it's that she wants to be known as such a little cutie, to have a monster who would do something like that to her. That, oh, I'm just so cute, that some monster out there somewhere would put me in my grave so I wouldn't be so cute anymore. I think that's some of it, because she angst for attention. And just like that accusation she made when she was 6 or 7 years old, and this has also been a question of mine all along, if she was capable at age 6 to 7 years old to make a report of rape on someone, then what happened to her that she couldn't do that even better ages 13 to 15? Okay? She angst for attention, and then that case was dropped. She got the attention, they dropped the case, nothing happened to the guy, and life went on. Even while she was doing the deposition, because as you know, if you've watched enough of my videos, that I got that case, strangely, from state in 97, once they closed it, even though it contained sensitive juvenile files, as if their words to me, if they had been spoken, would have been, you know, this whole damn thing was just such a joke. Here's the files. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. Something like that, you know. So they called me up and I got the files and the deposition. Instead of it being business time, let's conduct business here. We're going to take care of this crime thing. She goes, "Can we talk about my breasts now?" Like that was the place and the time and the people to be doing that. I'm modest. Yes. But that shows me she's got even more of a deviancy than what her mother could have written on paper in that letter to the prosecutor and the social worker between 93 and 95. 95. I'm running out of time.